A man disguised himself as a servant and came to his fiancée's home to deliver the betrothal gifts. The moment he laid eyes on his fiancée, he was stunned. He hadn't expected that his fiancée would be even more beautiful than he had imagined. The maids saw that the betrothal gifts were almost piling up and filling the entire courtyard, so they started to mock the legitimate daughter, saying that the betrothal gifts she had received earlier were not even worth as much as one of the boxes here. This made the legitimate daughter, who had been secretly observing from the side, extremely angry. She rushed in front of them and was about to scold the woman's personal maid. However, as soon as she took action, she was stopped by the woman.
这婚事是妹妹自己选的，怎么又拿下人撒气呢？若是妹妹眼馋着聘礼的话，不如我们把婚事即刻换回来。
It turned out that a few days ago, the mistress of the house had arranged marriages for the two sisters. The biased mistress intended to betroth the elder sister to a poor scholar, while the younger sister was to be betrothed to the heir of the duke's mansion. But who would have thought that when the mistress handed the marriage certificates to the two of them, the younger sister snatched the elder sister's marriage certificate and said that she was willing to marry the poor scholar. This was not because the younger sister was being understanding. Instead, she clearly remembered that in her previous life, after she married into the duke's mansion, she was bullied by her mean sister-in-law and mother-in-law, and her life was extremely miserable. Her husband also spent all day fooling around in brothels and later even died in battle. After the duke's mansion fell into decline, the younger sister became a beggar with nowhere to go. However, after the elder sister married the poor scholar, she soared to great heights and became the prime minister of the great Liang kingdom, second only to the emperor. The woman was also granted the title of first-rank imperial madam. But the moment she received the imperial edict was exactly when the younger sister saw it. Overwhelmed by jealousy, she immediately became indignant. She rushed in front of her elder sister and stabbed a hairpin deeply into her neck. Knowing that she was going to die, the woman also stabbed the younger sister with a hairpin, and the two sisters died on the spot. However, the next moment, the two sisters were reborn together on the day of the marriage selection. At this time, the mistress was just about to force the marriage certificate of the poor scholar into the woman's hands. Unexpectedly, the younger sister, who had been reborn, immediately snatched the marriage certificate. Looking at the younger sister who had pulled the mistress aside, the woman was certain that she, too, had been reborn. Having been reborn, she simply let the younger sister have her way and allowed her to marry that good-for-nothing poor scholar, while she herself would marry the rumored dissolute young master of the duke's mansion. Because in her previous life, after she married the poor scholar, she had managed to pull a lot of strings to help the poor scholar rise to the position of prime minister. In order to thank the woman for her continuous cultivation, this time the poor scholar granted her the title of first-rank imperial madam. Now that the younger sister had been reborn, she naturally didn't want to miss this opportunity and decided to exchange fates with her elder sister. She also explained to her mother the reason for all this, and her mother believed her words. Just when they didn't know how to exchange the marriage certificates, the woman readily agreed to the younger sister's request. Having been reborn, she also wanted to see what kind of life her scheming younger sister and that poor scholar could lead without her help.